everyone. It's a great pleasure to be with you all today. My name is Jen, and I'm part of the PwC's VR AR team. And today I will be talking to you about what we're doing in virtual and augmented reality and how we're using this technology to help transform businesses and solve problems, particularly in how we are revolutionizing training. Cool. So let's start then. We are hearing every day how machines and technology are taking on roles that only humans alone would be capable of doing. And at PwC, we've identified virtual and augmented reality as one of the 8 emerging technologies that we believe are going to change the future of our society. So welcome to 2020. We're living in a tremendously different world today, and companies in all sectors are asking really tough questions. How do I best equip and inform our workforce to handle difficult situations? How do I maintain a strong connection with my workforce? How do I educate employees and train my team? Given that we're here today, I imagine you're all thinking along the same lines. Cool. So our global CEO research has shown that 74% of CEOs are concerned about the lack of availability of the right skills. Yet, only 17% of CEOs can say that their upskilling programs have been very effective. So given the world that we're currently in, and especially since the pandemic, we really truly believe it is absolutely essential that in today's rapid pace of change, we're seeking new and innovative ways of working to support a business culture that is collaborative, inclusive, and productive in a virtual world. So what's our solution? Our solution is extended reality. And extended reality is the culmination of both virtual and augmented reality. And today I'm going to talk to you about how we're building a VR training program using extended reality to engage, collaborate, and upskill our people 100% virtually. So cool. So let's start with the why. Our economic research has, our report, Seeing is Believing, has shown that extended reality technologies have the potential to add £1.4 trillion to the global economy by 2030. And in particular, learning and development as a compelling VR use case, we estimate VR training will contribute £265 billion to the global economy by 2030. So now let's have a look at the stats. Our economic research shows that virtual reality can be a better, faster, and cheaper at scale way of training than traditional training methods. So up to 4 times faster to train in VR than it is in the classroom. VR learners are up to 275% more confident in applying their learnings. They are 3.75 times more emotionally connected to their learning content, 4 times more focused in virtual reality than in an e-learn. And lastly, VR is 52% more cost effective than traditional classroom training. And you can find out more about PwC's soft skills training study by clicking the link in the top corner, which I don't know if you can see here, or by visiting www.pwc.com/vlearning. There's a whole range of data and more information on the study that we carried out, which is, I personally find super interesting. I think it goes into a lot more detail too. Cool. So essentially, virtual reality is completely revolutionizing how we train and how we collaborate. And fundamentally, the whole premise of VR is that it tricks your brain into believing that you're there. You get this sense of spatial presence, a feeling of being there in the room and an incredible sense of immersion that your brain creates patterns and associations, and you allow someone to experience a much more powerful and emotional connection, and fundamentally an experience that they will much more likely remember. And so here are some key benefits. What are the benefits of VR training? I mean, as you can see, there's plenty, but fundamentally, immersive VR training is repeatable, it's scalable, and it's measurable. So hands-on collaboration, anytime, anywhere. It's super immersive, virtual experiences for pretty much any size of group in real time. You can upskill and train entire divisions and help them get up to speed quicker, a complete leap from classroom training, which enables you to connect and collaborate with fewer distractions and more focus. And ultimately, VR helps us save time. It's more efficient, and it also reduces any safety risks. And finally, saves hugely on costs, especially when it's deployed at scale. Cool. So now that you've heard all of the stats, let's have a look at our leadership skills products and focus areas that we are delivering as a team. So here we have 5 different areas where we believe VR is particularly effective in training and development. We'll start with soft skills training. So this is all really around using VR to hold immersive training sessions, which allow participants to interact and to practice skills such as clear communication, inclusive leadership, understanding blind spots, customer service, giving and receiving feedback, all with simulated communication along the way. So we found that practicing in VR leads to increased confidence and empathy in real-world scenarios. And through soft skills training, VR can be applied specifically to, for example, sales and customer service roles through improving sales relationships and closing, and through the mastery of new skills and strategies. VR can also mimic really tricky situations in managing and resolving customer inquiries, and really allows you to empathize in alignment with company expectations through practicing managing difficult customer conversations. We're also currently working on a huge diversity and inclusion project. So this is using VR to train employees to feel empowered in responding to difficult situations in alliance with company policy, especially around unconscious biases, which are promoting inclusivity through empathy training and through challenging sexism, etc. VR training is really proving to be extremely powerful in allowing you to experience what it really feels like to put yourself in the shoes of another person experiencing such difficulties, and hence really truly educates and drives a collaborative, inclusive culture. We're also using VR for more focused and practical training. So job simulation training, which centers mainly around using immersive training modules specifically designed to help users really learn and master a practical skill set. So practicing a skill in a completely safe and simulated environment. Another VR product is remote assistance. So this is particularly for workers on a physical job site where VR is being used to give hands-free, real-time assistance and information, from remote experts who can hear and see everything on-site field workers do. You can point out issues in real time and send helpful instructions. Cool, so this is a video. I hope you can hear it.
Let's continue.
Establishing trust is essential to giving effective feedback. If the person you're giving feedback to feels they're part of a collaborative discussion, they will be more receptive to what you're saying. In this module, we'll focus on 4 strategies you can use to build trust: establishing psychological safety, using reflections, normalizing experiences, and seeking to understand the situation. Psychological safety describes an environment in which people feel comfortable taking risks. Admitting you made a mistake can feel vulnerable, and most people aren't willing to take that risk unless they know their honesty won't be used against them. To start a conversation in a psychologically safe way, use a collaborative approach rather than an authoritarian one by asking the other person a clear question. Let's try role-playing a feedback conversation together. Here's my status report for this week.
Thanks for this. How are you doing?
That isn't the best way to initiate a feedback conversation. While it may put me at ease, it allows the conversation to go off topic. Let's try that again. Here's my status report for this week.
I'd like to talk with you about your status report. Is this a good time?
That's a great way to start a conversation in a psychologically safe way. Asking permission with a specific question helps me to feel empowered. Now that we've practiced establishing psychological safety, let's learn about using reflections. Reflections are a tool you can use to establish trust. To offer a reflection, simply restate, in your own words, the emotion or thought the other person has shared. This demonstrates that you are listening. It can also be helpful to check if you've understood what they're trying to communicate by asking a short question like, do I have that right? I just don't feel comfortable collaborating with my new team.
Maybe we can try some team activities to help everyone get to know one another.
Trying to fix the problem before knowing what the core issue is doesn't help me feel like you're trying to understand what I'm going through. Let's try that again. I just don't feel comfortable collaborating with my new team.
It sounds like there's difficulties transitioning to this team. Do I have that right?
This is a great way to make me feel heard. You paraphrased what I said, which let me know you were listening. Now that we've had some practice using reflections, let's try normalizing. Normalizing what the other person is going through is a great way to build trust. We all make mistakes, and highlighting that commonality can help the person receiving feedback feel less isolated. To normalize a situation, point out the ways in which you or anyone might react or feel like the person receiving feedback. Normalizing is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Let's practice by role play. I was really rushed.
Hi guys, okay, good. I think that's enough of that, but basically that was a behavioral feedback VR learning platform that we designed, and so you can really see from the demo that you really jump inside what it feels like to be sat opposite this lady, and she gives you really good coaching advice, etc. But it's something that when you're in the headset, you know, it's so powerful, and it allows you to really consider the thoughts of other people, and, you know, it's that super immersive aspect of training, and it's something that people will completely be immersed by, and it's not going to be your classic e-learning where you just click through the buttons. You know, you're really considering and you really feel like you're there. So in that sense, we think it's really powerful, and the video is available on YouTube for you to watch in the rest of it if you'd like. But that's just a little clip about an example, given that it is such an immersive technology. Cool. So finally, I guess, this is really how we take our clients on the VR discovery journey. We're bringing PwC's business and technology experts together with our in-house content developers, headset providers, and management tools to explore, design, test, and scale extended reality experiences that bring value. So we start with a demo, and then we define the use case, and then pilot this and assess its usability. And if all goes to plan, we help you scale and completely transform your business. Great. So that's a little glimpse into what we do here and how we're using VR to revolutionize training. For any further information, or if you think there are any opportunities to deploy VR training, or if you have any questions, please do reach out to myself or the wider team.